This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
A man has reached a plea deal in connection to a 2016 homicide outside a Moses Lake bar. An Oregon woman is upset over a $2,500 ticket for her barking dog. An Oregon man reportedly killed his mother, then walked into a grocery store carrying her head.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
A man has reached a plea deal in connection to a 2016 homicide outside a Moses Lake bar. Jose Rodriguez, a 25-year-old Moses Lake man, pleaded guilty Monday to tampering with a witness. Judge John Anto sentenced Rodriguez to 30 days in jail with credit for time served, along with 11 days converted to 88 hours of community service. Ismael Ortiz Jr., a 26-year-old Moses Lake man and alleged shooter in the death of 68-year-old Robert Cook, remains charged with murder in the first degree and unlawful possession of a firearm. Ortiz and Rodriguez were in a bar on Broadway Avenue June 5th when Rodriguez began fighting with a 29-year-old man before the three were told to leave. The other man left first and was driving past Cook's truck at roughly the same time Cook was pulling into traffic. A woman in the truck reportedly saw someone in the passenger car lift a gun and point it behind them before Cook was shot. Cook was shot in the head and killed, and the truck hit two cars before stopping in a gravel parking lot. Prosecutors say Ortiz has previous convictions for robbery, burglary, and manslaughter. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
It's just nonstop and it gets aggravating.
We're calling him Jim. He lives about 50 feet from a house on Norway Street in Silverton that, when we saw it, had two muzzled dogs outside. But Jim and neighbors in two other houses say those dogs aren't the problem. It's this dog, Luke, that was kept inside while we were there that they say barks incessantly.
The dog's just been barking from the time she leaves in the morning until she gets home at night.
Colleen Nunn, Luke's owner, lives in this house with her boyfriend and daughter. She admits she's been warned repeatedly.
November 3rd, I moved in. Middle of November, there was a note on my door from a neighbor saying, hey, your dogs are barking.
Colleen says she asked a veterinarian friend of hers for advice, and they tried putting the dogs on daily anti-anxiety medication. But about 6 weeks later, Colleen says a neighbor complained again.
Since we had got another note, we tried the shocking bark collars on the dogs.
Still in January, Nunn says she received yet another note and a courtesy warning from Silverton Police.
I asked my daughter, because she was home while I was at work, I said, hey, were the dogs out at all? I just want to be sure. She says, no, the dogs were inside with me all day.
Still, Nunn says they put muzzles on the dogs and didn't hear anything until this week when a Silverton officer wrote her a ticket.
He said, I just want to prepare you for the sticker shock. And I'm like, okay, and then he gave it to me at $2,500. I mean, I do think it's ridiculous. I really do.
I found out the fine is extremely high compared to other local cities and counties, where first-time fines for excessive dog barking range from $50 in Marion County to $250 in Salem. Do you think she should have been charged $2,500?
I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, if she was charged, $50, $100, or, whatever, but the $2,500 I think is a little uncalled for.
Neighbors say 36-year-old Josh Webb lived with his parents inside their Clackamas County home near Colton, where he allegedly killed his mother on Mother's Day. The victim, Tina Marie Webb, posted this photo of herself from 2009 on her public Facebook page. Neighbors say Webb attended services at the small church down the road from her home, even planting many of the flowers outside the church. So far, investigators aren't saying why Webb allegedly murdered his mother, then drove her car to Estacada and allegedly attacked a store worker there.
There's no motivation or anything that we know at this time that we can talk about. I don't know what would motivate anyone to do this. But detectives are going to work on that. They are going to try and get to the bottom of that.
Josh Webb's father was at the family's home Monday. A detective said the father didn't want to talk about what happened. Joshua Webb has no criminal record and no record of any disputes with his mother before Sunday's incident.
So it's very, very tragic.
Neighbor Mike Hatton knows the family and can't understand what may have driven a son to kill his own mother.
Very unfortunate, but the other side of it, it's, like I said, it's a sign of the times. Unfortunately, there's a lot of problems in the world, and unfortunately, that's coming home.
From the Weather Center, I'm Jeff Slicky taking a look at the basin's forecast. Clear skies and upper 60s for your Monday. Partly cloudy skies and upper 50s for Tuesday. May see a little bit of rain in the afternoon Wednesday, upper 60s. Then we get back into the 70s Thursday, low 70s, near 80 for Friday and into the weekend. For iFIBER 1, I'm Jeff Slicky.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.